You've written with or for Justin Bieber as well, I believe?
Yeah.
Now, the Biebs is a somewhat divisive figure to many. I like the Biebs. but
do you know what? At every phase of the time that I've known him, I've never come out of a situation without an awesome story. And he's now totally sober. He's really good. Like, and we're in Japan, and he'd done a phone commercial that he probably got paid a shit ton for, and I was doing...
Sort of Ramsay money, yeah.
A little bit more, I reckon, but...
Yeah, that'll happen.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, and I heard he was in town. I was doing some promo, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, let's hang." And I was like, I don't really want to go out and have loads of paparazzi there. So I was like, well, I know a really good dive bar that's made out of a train carriage that's called Train Bar, that when you ring a bell, you have to buy everyone in the bar a shot, and you're there with loads of rocking Japanese people, and everyone's like, yeah!
It's a great fun party.
Oh, man, it's great, yeah. So I was like, we're going there, and he was like, okay, and he turned up on his own. And I was like, this is cool. So we sat there for a bit. He had water, I did not have water. And then he was like, let's do some karaoke. Not like that, obviously, but... So we went to this karaoke bar, and then he sung Thinking Out Loud on karaoke. I sung Love Yourself on karaoke, which was quite fun. And then someone from his record label came, and I think Universal have built a club in their label, so they were like, come to the club. So he turned up at this club, which had a golf course in it. And he lay down on the floor and put a golf ball in his mouth. And, I had a golf club, and he's like, hit it out of my mouth. And I kind of look at his security guard, and the security guard was like... And I was like... Yeah, and I ended up really hitting
So you took a pretty big swing, then?
Yeah, and missed.
You whacked him in the face?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to give you something interesting, Jonathan. Let's talk about, gimp masks and shit.
Have you worn a gimp mask? Is this
no, but do you know what? My mate got that, that Amazon thing that you can shout at and it orders you stuff?
Alexa.
Yeah, that's it. So he had that, and he wasn't in, and I ordered him and his wife a gimp mask.
Wow.
and it turned up, and they sent me a picture, which I think is going to be their Christmas card this year.
OK, we need to see that picture later on.
Yeah, I'm not into all that technology.
Well, you don't even have a phone anymore, do you?
No, and I don't really I still like buying albums and listening to them in the car.
Well, here's the thing. Let's rewind to the phone thing. That's unusual, and it's hard for people... You must have a phone, Gordon.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
It's hard for people...
He's got kids, though. If I had kids, I'd have a phone, but I don't have any responsibilities.
But what do you do when you're bored? Do you not play the Crazy Birds? Do you not have a Scrabble on there?
Do you know what? This is the weird thing, because, I think my generation was the last generation to not have phones when we were younger.
Yeah.
And you both have not had phones at one point, and when you're in a situation when no one's there and you don't have anyone to talk to, now you just go to your phone and do it. But way back when, you thought and you think about things, or you have a conversation with someone else, or and I just... Yeah, I don't want to sound too high and mighty and this is the best way to go, but honestly, I talk to people more and I think more, and it's a good thing.
No, it's absolutely a vital thing. So you've done it for that reason. You've done it really to...
Well, no, I did it because I don't really like speaking to people. Really, I like being antisocial. I have to be very sociable for my job, but I like being antisocial.
So do you go off on your own sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really just walk around.
No, not in the streets though.
Yeah.
But have you got a place at home, a room, not the toilet, but a room where people don't come into when you're in? Do you have a space where you can say, no, I'm going to go and do something for me in here? Don't take it that way.
Well,
but you know what I mean, or listen to music.
I can't do that anymore, mate. What am I going to do?
Yeah. I'm sure you could find someone to help you out, Ed.
Justin.
Do you fancy it? I reckon he'd say some really aggressive shit as well.
Can you
You fucking love it, didn't you?
Well, this evening's taking an unexpected turn.
He sounds like...
I know, if he said anything like, you want to be going, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Come on.
I'm talking to Ed Sheeran. It's not all about you, Gordon.
He smells nice.
He smells of cocaine. Having your own pub in lockdown, that's the dream, isn't it? Because you can just spend as much time... Every other pub was shut, but you had your own one in the garden.
Yeah, but my Cherry was pregnant throughout lockdown, so it was a bit of a do I just go and get pissed on my own sort of...
Once again, I think it's probably the best thing you could possibly have in lockdown with a pregnant wife. She didn't mind you, but so you'd sneak down there.
Well, no, I'd go and have, it was only probably the first 2 weeks of lockdown when it was quite novel to drink on Zoom with your friend. I didn't even know what Zoom was. And I remember it was like 3 days into it, and my mates were like, do you know what a centurion is?
No.
So it's a shot of beer every minute for 100 minutes.
Wow.
And you say that, and it sounds doable, but you start struggling at like 60 or 70. So we were on Zoom doing that, and we all finished, and then we all hung up, and then we all went, well, that's pointless.
Ed, we got Nile Rodgers here. You've never worked with Nile, have you?
No, I think I've hung with Niall before, and I think we had talked about it, haven't we?
Yeah.
I came to watch you. God, I don't know. It wasn't that Glastonbury. It was probably like 6 or 7 years ago, and I just remember the set. You played all the Chic songs, and then you went, and here's a bunch of songs you didn't know that I wrote, and it was like 30 minutes of just out and out bangers. It was amazing.
Did he stop after each one to tell you how big it was? It was... Because Niall offers that service. That's the service Niall offers. Hey, Ed, can we have a look around the pub? Because we're seeing the bar. You've got a magnificent array of booze and liqueurs there. But could we see some of the space that...
I actually haven't shown anyone this before, Jonathan. So this is the first time. I'm very secretive about where I live.
OK, and do you have anywhere you play? Have you got, like, a pool table? Have you got a ping-pong table?
Yeah, pool table's there.
Wow.
This is a present from a manager called the Wancaster. This is a set of balls, and this is the Wancaster.
So you did lots of the decorating yourself then, Ed, did you? Did he do the artwork for your... Oh, you did the artwork for your new album. Is that right, Ed?
Yeah, I did the artwork, and my friend Zach did the graphic design on it.
Now, I found out earlier that Ed is a fan of Ted Lasso, the TV show, which Hannah's in.
I'm obsessed with it.
Good man.
It's one of these... It's one of these shows where, like, I'm constantly recommending it to people, and they're watching it instantly. And it's, I think it's great. I got asked to do a song for the next season, and I'm quite buzzed. Yeah.
Do it. You've said it here. You have to now.
No, I am. No, you don't have to convince me.
Also, Ed writes songs in about 30 minutes. He'll knock one out for you now. He writes hits in about 15 minutes. It's amazing. What's the quickest you've written a hit song in, Ed?
Well, this is the thing. I actually think the hits are the ones that are written very, very quickly. So Shape of You was definitely under an hour. Perfect was probably under an hour. A-Team was definitely... Like, I remember all of them being so quick because I remember, like, barely thinking, just typing down lyrics.
And they just worked.
If you speak to any songwriter, some songs just come out of midair.
And do you use sort of like placeholders for the words? If you haven't got the lyrics, do you put down other words while you're...
Well, Thinking Out Loud was never called Thinking Out Loud. It was the bit in that bit was just me ad-libbing, going, I'm singing out now. And then when I was in the studio, I was like, that doesn't sound very good. And then I was like, what rhymes with singing out now? And I was like, oh, Thinking Out Loud. And then that became the title of the song.
Oh.
I know. You know Ed well, of course. We just discussed you guys have worked together. OK.
Yeah. We've known each other since we were 16.
Wow.
No, we're on the same management company way back when.
Way back when. Okay. And, then he became a massive superstar and then wrote tunes. And I was like, this is such a tune. And then, actually, I'm surprised it took us this long to work together, but... Obviously, he's busy.
Do you know Gordon at all, though? Have you ever eaten at one of his restaurants?
Well, actually, funny little story. I mean, I was wanting to. I mean, like everybody else that wants to go eat in a Ramsay restaurant, and then I just didn't get in.
What happened?
So listen to this. Well, basically, I don't think you know about this, obviously.
No.
Because he'll probably fire us or something.
Well, he'll certainly use some language in their presence.
No. I went in, obviously, I wasn't dressed the part. I walked in, I was like, oh, I'd love a little, like, meal, you know. And they just were like, no, this isn't happening.
What were you wearing then? What did you consider?
I was just wearing a trackie. I'm kind of like a tomboy, so I was usually just wearing like trackie, trainers, and I think that it was like a dress code or something.
Damn.
But you know what? One day, can I just ask now, can I come to one of your restaurants?
Yes, you can.
As my guest. There's the one at Heathrow that does the airplane.
But for free, though.
Yeah.
Good, get in there, good deal.
Yeah.
Was it closed?
No. If I say, are they going to get in trouble?
No, don't worry.
I don't know. I don't believe you.
What area was it in?
I'm not saying anything.
You helped, is this true? You helped Ed to find the house that he's in now?
No, basically, I lived in a house that Ed now lives in. And obviously, it was a house that I was renting out, couldn't afford it at the time. Major, beautiful place. And then I stayed there for a few months. And I was actually, when I left, I was like, you know what? I can now actually get it. And it was gone. To this one.
Wow. But you think it's haunted, is that correct?
I do have a haunted house.
What do you mean, I do have a home?
I know.
I have a cottage that a little girl lives in the attic.
But a little ghost girl?
Yeah, a little girl. Like, I have three people that have stayed there that don't believe in ghosts, and they've all seen her.
And what do they see? They see her walking around, or...?
Yeah, no, they just, when they sleep in the top room, and they wake up with her at the end of the bed, and there's three. I'm not even, like, joking.
What's her name?
Oh, man, I don't know. But it's basically the top room has a trapdoor in it where
Where the person hides,
yeah, so
who
it's
pretends
from
to be the ghost.
it's from the 16th century. So people would go there when they were ill, and then they die, and then they get lowered down. And yeah, I've had, but the girl that cleans it refused to clean it anymore because she's seen it so many times.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's seen the ghost. Have you seen the ghost?
No, I'm not sleep. I'm that, man. I might be a bit heavier than that, look.
It's great to have you here. I loved hearing you at the top of the show. I can't wait to hear you perform a whole song, Life is End. But this has been an incredible year or so for you, I guess.
Well, this is the kind of pinnacle of it for me. Like, honestly, I've been watching your show since a very young age, and it was quite weird when you walked in earlier, because I have an old science teacher that really had the same mannerisms and kind of same facial kind of thing as you.
Very handsome, very charismatic.
Of course, yeah. So when you walked in, I just assumed I knew you, because obviously I'd grown up watching you on TV, and my science teacher was like that as well. But yeah, when I did the Queen's Jubilee, which was quite fun, I was doing an interview with Chris Evans, and it was on this kind of like grass bit with loads of different performers around, and there was kind of like Elton John and Cliff Richard and all these people just milling about. It was a bit surreal, to be honest. And I was having an interview with Chris Evans, and Paul McCartney walks past. I'm like, oh shit, it's Paul McCartney, wicked. And Chris Evans was kind of like, oh, you should go up and say hi to him. And I was like, I didn't really want to be that sort of person that just walks up to someone, shakes their hand, takes a picture and buggers off. Like, I actually wanted to kind of sit down with him and properly talk. So yeah, we carried on conversation, me and Chris Evans, and then suddenly I get a tap on my back, and I turn around and it's Paul McCartney there, and I'm like, you all right? And
I hope he said, not now, Paul, I'm busy.
no, he told me that he loved my music and he'd first seen it on Hollyoaks, which I think was amazing, that Paul McCartney watches Hollyoaks.
But you have very ardent fans, I know that. I mean, I know we had a lot of excitement here. People excited about hearing Ed play this evening, aren't they? We had a lot when we announced you were on. We had a lot of people want to come and see the show. How kind of devoted are your fans? Do you have much interaction with them?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it depends where and when I'm playing, but if it's a relatively small venue, after every gig I'll go out and say hi to as many people as I can. It started to get more and more difficult in England because obviously the gigs have got a lot bigger. But we just, you know, I've just come back from 6 weeks in America, kind of doing any venues from kind of 500 capacity to 5,000 capacity, and it kind of was manageable there. But yeah, it's good.
Do they send you stuff? Do they make you stuff? We had Taylor Swift on last week. I know she gets some weird stuff. I know you've worked with her.
Yeah.
We had Justin Bieber on. He gets sent a lot of weird stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
Do you get that kind of fan?
I mean, I get some really cool stuff from fans. Like a fan knitted me like a doll the other day that was like a perfect thing. It even had like tattoos and like the necklace and everything. But occasionally you get the weird thing. Like I get baked a lot of cakes, and at the beginning of my career, I ate the cakes. You do. If you're given cakes, you eat cakes.
I've never met a cake I don't like.
Yeah. Well, I cut into this cake to eat it, and as I pulled it out, it was just this big clump of hair that kind of went like that. And I was kind of like, you know, there's a mistake if there's one hair or two hairs, but it's a clump of hair. And I have a feeling that this girl kind of wanted me to eat the cake, so next time she saw me, she could kind of be like, I'm inside you. And yeah, it was a bit odd. I can't tell whether he's enjoying that or
I don't know what that face is.
I'm the one who gave him the cake.
He's angry with you. You didn't eat him. He's still outside of you. Hey, here's an exciting thing I heard, is that, and is this true, that, have you heard of the chicken restaurant Nando's, ladies and gentlemen? I hear they wanted to name a sauce after you.
I've actually got a box of that sauce at home.
But so what they call it, is it called Ed Sheeran's special sauce?
It just says Ed's Peri Peri, and it's hot, which is weird because I only like the medium one. The hot's a bit too... It kind of...
The hot's too hot?
Well, you get a bit of ring sting, and it's not really ideal the next day, to be honest.
What a lovely endorsement for Nando's,
Yeah.
that is. Do you know what's in it?
Ooh.
I imagine they must have some ginger in there, mustn't they? There must be...
Yeah, I think just like sprinkles of happiness and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice. Rainbows of happiness and a little bit of a mad person's hair. Ed, but do you get nervous? You don't get nervous performing, do you?
But, you know, I still have moments where it keeps you on your toes and you hark back to the days of being dying on stage and you find... So my final song on my first time playing Wembley Stadium, and it's like 2015, it's the first night, it's the encore, and I play with a loop station, so it's just me and an acoustic guitar on stage, and it's going wild, everyone, it's the big song, and it just shuts off, and the guitar just goes mute, and everyone just kind of looking at me like this, and the song's reached its fever pitch, and it just shuts off, and I go, fuck, what do I do? And you've got 87,000 people looking at you, and I remember way back in the day playing a place called the Enterprise in Camden, same thing happened, and my thing shut off. And what did I do? I sung an a cappella folk song, and while they fixed the equipment. And so I was just like, oh, fuck, well, I'll just do that then. And did that, went down really well, they fixed the equipment, and then started again. But had I not done the
That
years and years
gig,
of fucking up, it's...
But because you don't dance that much on stage, do you?
Come on.
No, what I'm saying is...
Like, at all.
Look, because, you know, I'll be honest with you, if I pay to see someone, I expect a bit of dance as well. You get nothing from this guy.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I find myself in situations now where, because the venues that I'm playing, you might have seen, like, Rihanna there the week before. You might see Metallica there the week after. So I'm sort of... Yeah, or Beyonce or whatever. So I'm kind of like... Oh, I mean, should I? If Coldplay have fireworks, surely I should have fireworks. But I think, like, everyone has their own thing that they do very, very well. And I think if I were to start dancing, I can't do that. So, like...
Well, you say that, but Ed...
Oh, fucking hell, I knew you... Can I just say, the very first... Can I just say one thing? This clip that you're going to play was a TV show that I'd done for ITV when I was 16, and it was a show you had to be a triple threat, right? You had to be able to act, dance, and sing, two of which I couldn't do.
You can't sing.
This is, I think it's from 2007. How old were you in
I was 16. And can I say, so there's a girl who was at my high school. She teaches at my old high school now as well, Jo Crisp, she was the dancer in our year, and she was an incredible dancer. And when I had this audition, I was like, Jo, look, I can't dance. Can you teach me how to dance? So she taught me this dance that looked amazing when she did it. And I didn't film or anything, so I just copied what she did. Yeah. And I walked in there, and I walked out of the audition being like, I think that went really well. And then I saw Arlene Phillips go, not a chance.
I want to go back to this young man who died, because I know how close you are, and he kind of helped you in the days. His name was Jamal, wasn't he?
Jamal
and he was very well known online.
Yeah.
And you'd known him since when? When did you first meet him?
When I first moved to London, really, I was sort of like this struggling up-and-coming musician wanting anyone to take me seriously, and no one was taking me seriously because I was, like, fat, like, scraggly ginger hair, I had a tiny guitar, and I used to rap and beatbox, and everyone kind of saw me as a joke. And Jamal put me on his channel, which at the time, on YouTube, which at the time was, like, the coolest channel to be on, and as soon as he put me on, everything started to fall into place. My manager found me, my record label like started getting in touch, and I was living at his at the time. With the first day we met, I didn't have anywhere to live, and I just moved in at his, and we just did all these, like, I probably did like 20 videos for him that year of like different songs and stuff, and then it blew up, and we sort of just carried that on. I mean, the day that he passed away, we were meant to be shooting a music video.
How old was he when he died?
31.
Well, that's too young, isn't that? And when was the last time before his death you spoke to him?
4 hours, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it after his death? Was that what inspired you to go into therapy?
It was like it was a bunch of stuff. My wife had a sort of a health scare complication, and then Jamal died, and then I went straight into a court case, and then I had another friend die whilst in the court case, and I don't know. I've always had like ups and downs in my career, and I've always been. It's the English thing, isn't it? Just keep calm, carry on.
You don't talk about it.
Yeah, and also like, I don't know. I feel like therapy in America's far more accepted, whereas here, like, no one really talks about it, and I just felt ashamed even thinking about going to do it. And then we just had a really, really low 3 months, and my wife talked me into going into therapy. And I started doing it, and I realised it's not like a button that you press where you're like, I'm automatically okay, but it definitely helps. And I would recommend if anyone's having like real lows, like just speaking to someone who is paid to hear you out and normalise it and be like, it's okay to think like that. It's just good to talk.
Get it out and have someone listen who can help you make sense of it.
Yeah, because before I would just not talk to anyone, I'd just keep it all bottled up, and I think that's when you get lower and lower and lower.
That is not... Well, it's a great thing to hear, though, isn't it? Because it's a really useful thing. And in particular, I think, I know it sounds weird, but young men in particular seem to bottle it up. And so for a young man to tell other young men to do that, I think is a very important thing. So the song you do tonight, Eyes Closed, that's about Jamal, is it? Or is it inspired by Jamal?
No, it is. It's, you know, we both lived in the same area of London and hung out a lot there, and I found after he passed away, everywhere I went, I thought I'd see him, because it was all the places that we always went to. So, yeah, the song is essentially that.
And when you're performing a song like that, which obviously has quite a deep meaning to you, is it difficult to sing? Is it somehow liberating to sing that when you do you think of him when you're doing it?
No, it's different now it's out. I find, like, songs they're so personal when you write them and they belong to you, and that's what, the first time I ever played it, I did a gig at Union Chapel, and I took everyone's phone away and I played the gig, and I cried when I was introducing it, I cried during it, and I cried after it, and it's because the song still belonged to me, it was still my story. But I find, like a song like Perfect is about my wife, and I've released it, but no one in this audience listens to Perfect and go, that's about Ed's wife. They listen to it and they relate it to their life.
I think it's about your wife.
Well, thank you.
What's the best song on the album?
I think the second to last song is called No Strings.
Okay.
And it's, you know, I had you know, 2022 was a year of lots of things happening with me and my family. And I sort of said to my wife that if we can get through this, like, if we get through 2022, it's a breeze from here. Like, literally anything can happen from here, and we're good. So the song is, you know, the first lyrics are, if we make it through this year, nothing will break us. And then the chorus is, this is no strings, you're who I love, and that won't change when we're falling apart. It's just growing pains.
I love how much you love your wife.
My wife.
I mean, I am... I've got to quote you. In that Rolling Stone, there's a big interview that Ed did in Rolling Stone magazine. It's a very good interview, I think. It's very thorough, and you come out with it very well, of course. But there's a quote from your wife talking about you having the baby, the new baby, and she said, babies love Ed because he's got an unusual face. And I mean, I thought, OK, on the one hand, I know what she's saying, but on the other hand, it's a bit of a diss.
I'm under no illusion, though. Like, no one's buying my records because of the way I look. Like...
You look good now you're working out 17 hours a day.
No, but I still have an unusual face.
It's not unusual, Ed.
Well, no one else has it.
Yes, it's uniquely yours. But no, you've grown into your face, is what I'm saying.
Thank you. You've seen it over the years, though.
I've seen you grow up. When you were a young man, yeah, you were weird. But
you know,
now
I first came on here 11 years ago.
You were definitely more ginger back then.
Yeah, I think my hair's going white. I really do.
Yeah.
It's going, like, blondish. I got grey in my beard, which is why I shave it.
Ed, I'm going to ask you a hard-hitting question.
Yeah.
So get ready for this. If I go too far, tell me. I have read that when you're on stage singing a ballad...
Oh, God. I know what you're going to say.
Is it true?
Well, actually, you say it first.
And you've got a lot of ballads.
Yeah.
And people love to hear you singing them. So I don't want to spoil them for people.
Yeah.
But I have been informed that when you do sing a ballad in particular on stage, you often expel wind.
It's not often. It's just like sometimes, you know, you're standing still for 4 minutes and you've been holding it in. You're out in the open. No, but it's mad. The things that you think about... I mean, Lily and Michael say this, but when you're on stage, sometimes your mind just wanders and you can just think about the most random things. I sometimes cut out the second verse of thinking out loud because I'm like, oh, I wonder if the new season of Succession is out at the moment. You can't, honestly, because you get in a trance of singing the song. I was in New Zealand and I forgot the lyrics to Galway Girl, and I just had a complete mind blank on it, because then I was like, what lyrics? And I got a little girl from the audience to come up and finish it, which was actually a really cool moment. But then she came up, I said, who can sing the song? She went, me. And I brought her up, and when she got on stage, she was like, I don't know the lyrics.